it's been a while since we've gotten to do a video on the IS350. About 3 weeks ago, we had an unfortunate event that caused this car to have to go into the body shop. So y'all come along and we'll get in here and talk about it. All right, so 3 weeks ago, my wife was on her way home from work when, from apparently nowhere, we have not been able to determine where it came from or what it was or what happened, but either a rock or piece of debris or something off of a passing vehicle in the other lane on the interstate came and busted the sunroof in this car. It showered her with glass, put glass all on the interior of the vehicle, scratched the rear seat as the glass went across the roof, it scratched the roof, and it scratched the trunk. So we immediately, about 4:15 in the afternoon, immediately took the vehicle into the body shop. We decided that we would carry it back up. I decided that we would carry it back to the body shop that services the Lexus. They service the BMW, they service Chevrolet. I think they also service the Infinities. So they're used to dealing with a high-end car. Now, the product that I have gotten back after a nearly $7,000 repair, I'm not very happy with. So I'm gonna bring you in a little closer and we're gonna discuss what I see wrong with what they did. Getting the CAT scan. So before we get in here and we discuss what all the stuff that I found wrong with the paint repairs on this car that they did, I want to preface this and I want to tell you, I am not a body expert. I am a mechanic, but I have a background in auto body and restoration. I have been around it for over 30 some odd years. So I know what I'm looking at. I know what I see, okay? And I have a good, clear understanding of what it takes to repair it. Now, I do not possess the skills because that is just not something that I do for a living, okay, to repair it. But I know the basic steps. I understand the premise behind what it takes to paint and repair a car, as far as, like I said, body repair, laying down of the base coat, clear coat. I have a good working knowledge. So now let's get in here and I'm going to show you what I found. All right, so the other night when we went to pick the car up, it was getting late on in the evening, and I was in the waning hours of daylight, kind of like I am right now, but it was actually even a little bit later than it is in this filming right here. And I could get it just the right angle, and I don't know if you can see it or not. They circled it because they saw it. There is, and yes, in that zoomed in shot, you can see those two little pimples right there. That is debris in the paint. So we made note of it. He came out, the manager of the body shop came out, discussed it with me, and he agreed that on Monday he would go pick this car up from where my wife works and have it repaired to get it either wet sanded and buffed and corrected and get that trash out of the paint. Well, since that time, since I have gone and picked it up, I have put this car into even better light so that I could go over it and inspect it thoroughly. What I was told was this car had a few little things they needed to finish up before we picked it up, and it was going to go through detail, and then we could be called to come pick it up. So let's get into some of the other things that I found that just don't add up to a car having gone through detail. When I walk up on the car, the first thing I see, as you can see right there, is the car has a water stain where it looks like they didn't even wipe the car down. Maybe they washed it, got the Bondo dust off, and didn't even wipe it down. There's still Bondo dust all inside the gas door. When you open the trunk, you can see very plainly right there, that is cut and buff compound. It's all over the inside of the trunk. It's all around the trunk rim. Very light dust there, but you can actually see all around the trunk rim that there's buffing and compound dust where they didn't clean the car. Moving into the interior of the car, you can see what look like, it doesn't appear to be scrapes, but it appears that the back seat needs to be wiped down. Some kind of a cleaner needs to be applied. They supposedly replaced this according to the invoice that we got, but it comes in with these scrape marks or abrasions on the back seat. Like I said, it's not bad. I think that could be just cleaned off with a little leather cleaner and it would be fine. But why they didn't do it before we came and got it, I don't know. The camera's going to have a hard time probably picking this up, but the door panel has got a light film. You can see it pretty good right there, just above the speaker. Light film of the of dust, either Bondo dust or bodywork dust. You can see it there in the door jamb. That just inside door just got totally missed. It didn't even get wiped down hardly. This is, again, like I said, not what you would call a detail. Now, we're going to address where they repainted the trunk. The trunk was repainted, and as you can see, the video is picking it up, the heavy orange peel that is in the trunk. And I don't know if it's got to be in the clear coat when they put it on. The orange peel that is here doesn't match the orange peel from the factory. And I know it's very difficult to get that, and that might be me just being a little bit too picky, but it's still, you know, it's still there. It still seems to be an issue for me. We paid $50,000 or a little better for this car, and my insurance and I are paying nearly $7,000 to have it repaired. I think we should be satisfied. Now, I told you I had gone over the car and found more debris in the paint. I'm hoping I can pick it up on camera. There it is. Now, with respect to the orange peel on the roof, the paint and or should I say clear coat, is actually laid down a little better on the roof than it is on the trunk. The orange peel up here more closely matches the rest of the vehicle, and I'm okay with how the paint turned out on the roof. My issue is I found more debris in the paint, and it's really hard to pick up on camera, but we're gonna try. With the naked eye, it's much easier to pick up the debris spots. Trust me, needless to say, it is there. So the whole reason in me making this video is to caution you that if you do have to go get some work done on your car, whether it be an IS350 or whether it be your Toyota Corolla, a word of caution is to make sure that you have allowed yourself enough time that when you go pick the vehicle up, that you have time to open all the doors, open the trunk, have the car in good light where you can go all over the car and where it was repaired, and even beyond where it was repaired. Because I don't think what a lot of people understand or know is that in order to paint this roof, they had to paint down these pillars with clear coat so that it would match. They have to blend into the sides of the quarter panels back here. All that stuff has to be looked at. You need to take time to look over the entire vehicle before you pick it up. So allow yourself enough time and proper daylight to properly inspect your vehicle. I knew there was a problem when I picked up the vehicle, but they have agreed to come get the car and to try to make it right. We're going to see what they do. At this time, I'm not going to say who it is. I'm not going to throw them under the bus. I'm going to give them an opportunity to make it right. It should have been done right to begin with, in my opinion, but I'm not going to freight train somebody until they don't make it right. Like I said, they're replacing this sunroof is nearly $7,000 in damages to be repaired. With that kind of money, this car should be perfect. So until that gets done, why don't you go out and watch another one of my videos coming on the screen right now?